where are the players in this conversation? What would you say if we polled the players? How many would say absolutely, I am up for quarantining, I am up for getting tested, I am up for doing whatever's necessary to get this season going in front of no fans and crowning a champion? What would you say that would be?
In my experience, my conversations, I'm not talking to 450 or 400 plus of them.
Right.
But the general sense I've gotten from talking to players is most want to play. I don't find the number any different than any other part of this. I'm trying to talk to people at all levels. I think there's different levels of optimism among the players about whether it'll happen or not. But that's not want to do it. That's I hope we can pull it together. I think there's no question that the teams who are vying to go deep in the playoffs and who think they have a chance to win, they're more motivated, I think. But that's natural. But the others, there's a financial cost. The league will essentially take back, for every game that's missed, you're going to lose about 1% of your salary. So if all the regular season games got canceled, they didn't play anymore, and different teams have a different amount left, it's anywhere from 23 to 26% of a player's salary they're going to lose. And so that's a motivation. Now, I don't think under any scenario, let's say some teams have 16, 17 games left, there's no we can just we can do the math. We can look at the dates and go, they're not going to be able to play that many. But if they can play 5, 6, 7 or less, it is some income back that they would be losing. So there's lots of different reasons for players to be motivated to do it, and that's part of the conversation now for the league. Do we finish any of the regular season, or do we just go right to the playoffs? And that's, in the end, I think it's going to come down to calendar and how many days they think they have to finish the season.
Well, I mean, you could ask Steve Kerr if he thinks he's going to play a regular season game the rest of this year. Again, he told the University of San Francisco when he was on a Zoom call or some sort of on Tuesday, he was on some sort of call with a group there saying that they're operating as if the season's over, that they're in the off season right now. That's what he said about, as you pointed out
and
earlier.
I think that's a little bit their mindset, but I think also he understands they may be called back to play, and I think I understand from the teams who are deep in the lottery, and especially now there's some younger teams, Rich. Now they have a balance. They have some younger, older guys. I don't think there's a great motivation to put Steph Curry back in 5 or 6 regular season games off of a shortened training camp. But for teams like, let's say, Cleveland, Atlanta, who have younger rosters, Charlotte with some of the younger guys who are out of the playoffs, they're going to treat it like a little bit of a summer league, a mini camp. Hey, we just want to get our guys back in the gym. We can run practices for 2.5, 3 weeks. We don't really care so much about the games, but we've got young players who we want to get better, and we want to bring those guys back in. And I think that's important too.
I mean, the number of different agendas or concepts or reasons for playing or reasons for not playing that you've just mentioned, Woj, over the last several minutes. I mean, my head is spinning, so there's so much obviously placed in front of the commissioner right now. Let's just try and put a button on it because I do want to ask you a last dance question before I let you go. What do you think what's the time frame, best you can tell, and what do you think is the best plan from what you're hearing, or the most viable plan from what you're hearing that's in front of Adam Silver right now that he may pick up off his desk and say, let's try this one?
Well, I still think they're sifting through the plans. I mean, the single site is a plan. They've had teams, give us, let's look at your practice facilities in a place where they could do some innovative television angles in a facility with no fans, but you could do some things with camera, try to make it, those are the options for them. I think a single place that houses everybody, it certainly makes sense. And there's places, Vegas, Walt Disney, and Florida are 2 places they've talked about. And so that'll be a big part of it.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.